forget what you know about football. I have things to tell you that many people don't know about this game. From insane success stories to mad blunders and outrageous celebrations, here are 15 things you probably didn't know about football. Let's start off with this one furious football match. During the second round of the Paranaense League's meeting in Brazil, players from both teams went wild. This was the moment of explosion when both teams knotted up into a brawl on the field with their hands and feet. After receiving 4 yellow cards, they resumed the game, given that in 2 minutes, each team will showcase their footwork. But since the players couldn't control their anger, the chief referee showed 8 red cards, 5 to one team and 3 to the opposite team. That's almost 8 red cards in 2 minutes. But not every match ends up with explosive brawls. Sometimes it's the beautiful goals that keep us stuck to the screens. Whoa, what a goal! Again, this is not always the case because not every player can make such long-distance kicks. But have you heard of MSL, who apparently made football even more fun by adding a 2-point rule? It's similar to the 3-point arc in basketball, a more practical approach to aim ridiculously high goals. Now, players can make incredibly action-packed goals while keeping the buzz alive. On that note, behold for the greatest strike of all time. And the fastest goal in the history of football. It took Nawaf Al-Abed 2 seconds to set this unbreakable goal. Nawaf is a 21-year-old striker for Saudi Arabian football club Al Hilal. On November 9, 2009, in the Prince Faisal bin Fahad Cup match, Nawaf did something unbelievable. This match was against Nawaf's team and Al Shawala, where Nawaf blew the net just 2 seconds after the opposing whistle. But do you know who else can blow off the match opening? The Grizzly Bear. FC Mashuk KMV Pyatigorsk vs FC Angusht Nazran got a twist of fate when a bear was invited to rock the pitch off. The footage shows this giant grizzly bear standing on its hind legs and clapping in the air to kickstart the Russian Football League. And while this looks all cute and fun, PETA labeled it inhumane, stating the use of circus animals is against animal rights. But who cares? It's Russia escorting the team's winning traffic with a bear. But, you know, not everything fun can happen on the football field. Speaking of which, players are not supposed to celebrate their joy with an illegal celebration. In 2019, football lawmakers ruled that whoever takes their jersey off to celebrate a goal will get a yellow card. Worst case scenario, he'll be suspended for the next game if he does this again during the same match. And cherry on top, your next goal will not even count. Well, they had to do all this to avoid unnecessary delay. Now, of course, you gotta bag that win. So these Argentina dudes decided to pull off another savvy move to drag out and get on an opponent's nerves. And it's called the time wasting. Though it seems like quite a needless skill, it has worked wonders for some, including Mbappe, who is guilty of killing the game through time wasting. But enough is enough. Any player who's spotted acing this skill will immediately be booked, even if he's the GOAT. This means you'll be out of the race to get your hands on this $1 million trophy. That's right, 15 inches tall with a whopping weight of 13 pounds. This trophy is the ultimate goal of every footballer. Made out of solid golden rare minerals, this was created by the late Italian artist Silvio Gazzaniga. Surprisingly, it's not only the most expensive one in the history of football, but in all other sports games too. Depicting 2 golden humans holding a globe, this is valued at $20 million. But it's not the gold, it's the glory of victory and joy. Speaking of joy, it seems like Martinez has some smooth moves on the field, thanks to his extraordinary taunting skills that helped Argentina win the World Cup, even in the penalty shootout win against France. But I guess this time, they have to come up with something new, because FIFA, on July 1st, 2023, announced another rule called the penalty kick. It says the goalkeeper will no longer be able to unfairly district the kicker. They must remain on the goal line, facing the kicker without touching the goalpost and the net until the ball is kicked. Well, let's just say these players are not killing it on the field, but know how to keep the fans hyped with some mad skills. So Ronaldinho stands in a league of his own when it comes to dribbling. Untouchable, unreachable, and unstoppable. After inventing a couple of incredible skills, dude came up with this. Until FIFA decided to put a ban on it. According to them, this crazy skill can endanger the players and their opponents. Imagine rolling the ball overhead and someone intentionally or unintentionally trying to whack the player's head off. Hence, they labeled it showboating, along with a yellow card penalty. But even after all these rules shutting down sneaky tricks and crazy skills, do you know the highest score ever achieved by a team in football is 149-0? On the 31st of October 2002, a football match between Antananarivo and Madagascar turned the tables by holding the world record for highest scoreline. Turns out, Soyemern lost the game purposely against their archenemy AS Adema due to an argument over refereeing. And since they felt betrayed by their title, Ratza Razaka's players kept kicking rapid-fire goals for 90 minutes. Crazy, right? But wait, there's more. Let's talk about another scoring sensation. Introducing you to the most expensive footballer of all time, Neymar, a 31-year-old footballer with the highest transfer fee of $241 million. The dude signed a 5-year mega deal with PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, as he left Barcelona, which the French club paid in full before joining in August 2017. Now, from Neymar's record-breaking deal to another game-changer in the history of the football world, this is Stadium 974, the only FIFA stadium structure designed to be fully dismantled and repurposed after the World Cup. It's the only transportable stadium in Doha, Qatar. It was built along a port side with more than 40,000 seats made from recycled shipping containers in steel. This allows building sustainability for relocating infrastructure to other countries too. Also, do you know the stadium is named after Qatar's international dialing code and the number of containers used to build it? That said, the football world is getting quite innovative and superstitious too. Well, I'm referring to number 9. Did you know a curse is associated with football? It's called the number 9 curse. From Alan Shearer to Ronaldo, Gabriel Batistuta to Robert Lewandowski, for the past 30 years at Chelsea, whichever player gets to wear jersey number 9 is doomed. Romelu Lukaku chose the number 9 after acing some of the best seasons of his life. But since it was cursed, his success graphs immediately went into nil with the same season. Now, when Aubameyang decided to ditch number 9, his fans went crazy, and even Chelsea's own manager warned him of the curse. But Aubameyang tended to think otherwise, and wore number 9 for his national team just so he could break the curse. And since we're talking about the unique experiences of players, have you heard of Lionel Messi's extraordinary cleats? Apart from the fact that Lionel Messi wears Adidas, of course, but it's not your ordinary one. The cleat has a computer chip inside to keep track of Messi's training. Things like how much ground he's covered on the football pitch, and how fast he's moving. The thought behind this incredible idea is to help you get better at things you're already better than others. It's pretty amazing, right? But more amazing is that Messi has covered around 8.5 kilometers in a single match, including his jogs, runs, and sprints. God, these footballers, by default, run with the speed of a tiger. But what if I tell you there's a footballer whose career took an unexpected twist with the same speed? Meet Charlie Morgan, a Swansea ball boy whose journey of rolling in millions happened quite unexpectedly. I'm talking about this play.
Lampard prime among them. Wow, that's inexcusable.
Whoa. It's all because this little champ has gotten his bump bitten on the spot. And it went so viral that it not only helped Charlie gain 100,000 followers overnight, but he also managed to leverage this to promote his vodka brand, which surprisingly became the fastest growing drink in the entire UK. The brand, called Al Vodka, with its elite look and colorful flavors, ultimately led to Charlie's net worth of $48 million. Sometimes you make some wins, but other times, oops, you hit a snag. One awkward rule called no own goal states that players cannot score their goal from a free kick or a throw-in. Not only that, but they can't even kick their own goal directly when the match restarts for whatever reason. However, the goal will count if you throw the ball into your net, leading it to cross the goal line without anyone touching it. Look at this next clip. Haiti's goalkeeper, Josue Duvergy, was playing against Canada in a CONCACAF World Cup when he made one of the worst errors ever. The poor dude somehow managed to kick a goal. That was a grave mistake on his part, just like some of the most brutal fouls and cunning tricks practiced by players in football. Click here to watch these videos.